Good morning. Good morning, folks. 2:36 a.m. And if you've been like me and everybody else, we've been up listening to the election and looking at the election results. And I'm going to say I'm keeping hope. I'm keeping hope that people will realize that, yeah, things may have not went the way you want them to go, but there is always a chance that things can turn around and become better for us. I just want to say I appreciate all those people that went out and voted. Again, whoever you voted for. But as election result shows, it doesn't look like my candidate, and I'm going to be honest about it. Kamala Harris, I did vote for Kamala, and it's not because she was a black woman, a black person, or anything. Because to me, she was best qualified. But like I said, a lot of people don't agree on everything that you agree on, and a lot of people don't realize that this is a democracy. And when I say democracy, I mean that for the people, by the people, and of the people. And we are of the people, black folks out there. I'm speaking especially to you guys tonight. Those that are listening, those that are not listening, that might hear it later on. Things aren't as bad as we think they are because of some rhetoric that's been thrown around, tossed around, and everything. We have a system already in place, and some can say it's been tampered with and everything. But believe you me, there are people out here that they'll go along with things up until, and that means up until it really affects them. So I guarantee I've seen a lot of shit in my lifetime, far as politics and other people doing shit to other people. As it goes, we have a system in place. People shouldn't get upset. Well, Corrine, good morning, sweetheart. Uh, they're saying Trump won, but when I said I'm keeping hope, I'm keeping hope that maybe there's a few other precincts and even a state that hasn't really came through. But in all indications, it looked like Trump has won the election. So I'm being honest about it. Good morning, Miss Jean Hawk. Blessings to you. Thank you for being here. Like I said, things aren't as bad as we think they are right now. Now, what we have to do is be more diligent of the things that are being said, what's being done. And I'm talking to people up here, different content creators, different people that listen. We have to be more conscious of what we're doing as people to ourselves, not to others, but to ourselves. Uh, yeah, the election, we can now say it was rigged, but what good does that do? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change the fact that history may or may not repeat itself. And when I say may repeat itself, we have to look at the things that are going on right now. Yeah, it's true, Gene. A lot of people can't believe it. Hello, Gail dear. Yeah, you know me, I've been up all this morning and watching the elections and listening to it, and I've heard some different content creators talk about it and everything. And a lot of them are mad, a lot of them are happy. Some of them are trying to convince us that it's all going to be the end. It's never the end. If we pull together as people on here in this world. And when I mean people, I mean the ones that had their hopes up about things going on. Corey snoozing before work. Well, be careful going out there to work, dear. Okay, but everything will be all right. Like I said, things are not as bad as people want to make it seem, because there are things in place, things in order to where you have to abide by the law. Now, what's going to be very interesting to see is how the court system is going to carry out these other guilty verdicts that they have against him, or if they're going to change or not. If he's going to try to change them, then that's what we should be looking out for. There's no sense in getting all downtrodden and go about your day. You see a person at work, just don't talk politics. Don't say anything. If they gloat at you about Trump winning, just say, well, okay, we'll see how the world goes after this. But what I'm saying is, Black people, we have always been strong no matter what. We've always been strong about being burdened down and everything. We are really the true survivors of this country. And if you believe that, then you can believe that no matter what happens, we're not going to go back. I know I'm not. Like I said, I'm not going any goddamn where. So it doesn't matter. I'm still going to be the same Black man I am out here. I'm going to be diligent about everything that's going on around me. And when the laws try to change, I'm going to try to do something for it, especially locally. Now, here in Missouri, let's face it, I watched this whole state, boy, go red. Boy, what could I say? What can I expect? It's always been this kind of state. Matter of fact, we were one of the last states to really free slaves. So, did I expect Missouri to be for Kamala Harris? No. But I did go out there and vote for her. So let them come at me if they want to. I'm still going to be a man. I'm still going to. God is in control. You're right, Miguel. God is in control. But like I said before, things aren't as bad as they all seem. Okay. Uh, like I said, I listened to some people tonight. Some were happy. Some were really, really, really pissed off about the elections. But in all retrospect, let's see how strong this country is. Let's see how strong we are. And when I say as Black people, I mean as Black people, because a lot of things we do get up here and we do things to one another that we don't realize the whole world is watching and looking at us, not just at this country. So, like I said, you have to think outside the world now instead of saying outside of the box. You have to think outside of the world because the whole world is watching this country now. And the people in this country should be watching the government. Okay. Not speaking against it. I'm just saying be mindful of the things that you had before today, the 5th of this month, and what you have after. Yeah, just a little disappointed. I'm just a little disappointed, but like I said, I'm going to keep hope alive for myself, because I've never been the type. I've been through what? How many presidents? Okay, I was born in 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like the movie The Butler. I've been through some presidents, a few presidents, and one of them didn't make it. Yeah, the country didn't fall apart. We still strove and got things. I've been through another president that everybody said when they said this is your brain on dope. Well, okay, yeah, it was a lot of people's brain on dope back then, but still, there were laws passed and things done to try to get people better and get them off of this crap. But as human beings, we choose our own destiny. As human beings, we sit up and we talk about what we would like to do instead of having it done. We sit up here and we, as my mama say, you can wish in one hand and shit in the other. They're both going to fill up, but that shit's going to stink. So I say this election year, it stunk for a lot of us. It stunk for a lot of us. But let's not forget that even through all the presidential elections we've been through and the things that have been done to us as citizens of this country, and I mean Black citizens of this country, we stayed strong. We persevered. We are survivors. We are the true survivors. And no matter what nobody says, or no matter what anybody does, just remember there are laws in place. And before you change those laws, you got to have votes on them. And just as sure as you voted a person in, you can vote them out. That's another thing. Exercise your rights. Don't be afraid to speak up, because sooner or later they are gonna try to keep our voices down. And I don't mean off of these little apparatuses here, because they're making money off of us, believe it or not. YouTube is making big bucks off of our so-called sectors that have a predominantly Black people in it. You know, you put the commercials in, you think the commercials are helping you get paid more. No, they're not. That's why I refuse to, and I will say it, I refuse to belong to something to where you can't really get on here and express yourself. You can't get on here and really say the things that when it matters to you about things that are going on in the world when it comes to your well-being and your health and everything else. No, I'm not paying for it. I'm not going to subject myself to being enslaved. I don't give a damn how much money they offer. I'm not selling my soul out. And that's what I want to tell people. Don't sell your soul out for the green. It doesn't matter. There's gonna be people out there that will donate to you even if you're not monetized. Trust me. And as Black people, we need to support each other on here too. And the women, y'all need to quit with the rhetoric. Don't hate so much. Men, don't hate so much. Just because YouTube allows you to get up here and we call ourselves all kind of atrocious names. We do the things that we wouldn't normally do or say when we're out in public or in the open. Just because this is supposed to be a free apparatus, no, it's not free. We're all paying for it through some form. Think about it. Your utility bill runs your internet. Okay, you got the internet bill, you got your utility bill you got to pay. You're buying your phones, you go out and buy expensive microphones and all that stuff so you can get louder than the next person and cuss them out. They realize this. The world, to me, is divide and conquer. And if you can divide and conquer a group of people that once really had something, once owned something, and you keep them down because they're always fussing and cussing at each other, yeah, they made their point. They made their point. Now, do I think that this president is going to do everything he says he's going to do? No. He might try to do most of it, but everything that he wants to do, he's not going to be able to do it. Trust me. He's not going to be able to change the law so drastically or so radically because he wants it his way. He wants to be, as people were saying before the election, a dictator. This country will not put up with having dictators or anything. Um, because, like I said, it was founded on principles. Yeah, some of the principles was messed up, but they tried to straighten it out. Like I said, there was a time when I couldn't even go places and do things, but now I have that right. But if you tell me I don't have the right anymore, oh, we're gonna have a problem, buddy, a real problem. That's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Everything is gonna be all right. I'm keeping hope. I'm never gonna give up on things. Out of 74 years of living, I haven't given up yet. I'm still here. And I've had a lot of things happen to me, which by the grace of God, He spared me. So I said, if I ever got the chance, I would let people know that no matter whom you are, what age you are, or how old you get to be, always remember, fight for yourself. Fight for yourself. Yeah, I'm proud that she ran for president too. I'm proud that she ran for president too. But I'm also proud of all the people. Hi, Candy Cane. How you doing, dear? I'm also proud of the people that were on here on YouTube that supported this woman. Yeah, there were a few that didn't support her, but a majority of the people that I saw on here supported her. And then even when those that didn't support her and those that did got on here and they couldn't agree on anything without, really being vicious with one another, that kind of turned me off. We should all be able to state our opinions and state our facts. And I heard somebody tonight say that all this doxing bullshit and stuff that we do against one another, especially in this sector, it needs to go away. It does. It really needs to go away. Uh, will it go away? We'll see. You know why? I think it will, because they're going to try to put in an act and a law about the internet and everything else, so that when you give out people's information or talk about people to try to downtrodden them or make them really feel bad, they're going to have laws on the books. Like I said, they have a law that's called the Terrorism Act, and they will slip that in on the internet itself. Believe you. And I don't care if you're talking to me, I'm talking to you, or saying anything to anyone out of the ordinary, the ordinary that they consider a threat. You can be prosecuted. You will be prosecuted. They will come look at you. You know, we've had people on here that have been taken off of the internet before, but other people did it. They exercised their rights. But now they think they got all the rights. They do. They think they got all the rights. So, like I said, people just be aware that no matter what happens, God has got us. We've always been a race of people that believed in God. Some don't. But when it comes down to the natural nitty gritty, I've seen an atheist yell out Jesus' name before he passed away. So let's all say a prayer tonight. Uh, if we, and when you, some of us aren't asleep, that we got to get up and go to work in the morning, but I'll be going to sleep later. But let's all say a prayer regardless, to continue to go on and strive for it and be the best we can be. Uh, they want us to act a fool. We don't need to act a fool. Like I said, if you go to work and they're slapping each other on the back about Trump winning, hey, just say, okay, I'm not done. Don't say the best man won, the best person won. Don't say that. Just say congratulations and move on. Yeah. We all need prayer, Gene. We definitely do. We all need prayer. And yes, the times, they're not scary. They're not really scary. I don't think they're scary, but yeah, just keep hope alive. I mean, like I said, us as a black race, we have always strived to be the best we could be, even through the hardships. We did support one another at times. Yeah, times have changed. People have gotten different. That's because values have changed too. Our values are not the same. And people, like I said, it's the so-called green on here. It's the money that we think that we're getting for insulting a person or trying to ruin their lives on the airwaves. You know, even from other countries, they're over here now doing it to us. We don't know it, but they're doing it. You know, so it's not as bleak as it seems. Like I said, there's already laws in place to stop people from enacting or trying to change the laws that are out there. Uh, they won, from what I understood, they won the House and the Senate. So I guarantee you they're going to be fighting amongst each other because they're going to want to try to prove to their constituents that they're doing everything for them. And you women, just be cognizant of the things that they do to you, try to do to you medically, far as your health is concerned, having children if you want to, not having children. Just be mindful that God gave you that right. Man didn't. It's your choice. It's your choice. Yeah, we can pray for that. We can pray for that, Miguel. But history showed me it's going to try to repeat itself. And if we're not man or woman enough to stop it, then whatever happens is going to happen. If you allow it to be so, it will be so. But I'm not going to allow anybody to tell me that I don't have the right to speak out. I don't have the right to march. I don't have the right to protest when something's wrong. I don't have the right to sue companies when I know they've done wrong to me. Okay. So with those things said, I will be back in a little bit. I'm going to get on here. YouTube allows it. I'm just going to play some crazy music. I got some music here that I was listening to earlier, and I thought about it. I'm not going to do any old stuff. It's kind of offbeat and upbeat, down. You'll see. You'll see. It's some of it's AI, some of it's by people that have been around, but a lot of people don't listen to. But I listen to it, and when I think about it, what might not sound good to you, it sounds good to me. But if it sounds good to you, let me know. So give me 5 minutes. I shall be back. I'm going to my music platform. I'm not going to do it on here. Like I said, this is my talk platform, and I will be bringing people up here to voice their opinions. Uh, if anybody wants to come up, uh, no, I tell you what, let's not get downtrodden. Let's go over here and listen to some music. I'll be on my other platform in about give me 5 minutes, and I'm switching over to my DJ Will channel, and I'm going to try to play some music and just be me. Love you guys. Thank you for coming up. Gene, I'll be over there with you. Hopefully you'll be there, Laguel. I'll be there. Candy Cane, thank you, darling, for being up here. Corrine Aquaclaire, be careful going to work this morning. It was raining all day here, and we're flooding. We're getting ready to look for another flood. Oh, boy. What a night. What a night, people. But like I said, once again, thank everybody that did go out and vote and tried to change the world, even though the world is not ready. I'm not going to say the world. This country is not ready for it yet. This country wasn't ready. That's all I can say. Maybe next time, maybe I'll see it. Maybe I won't. Maybe 4 years from now, I might again. But as it stands right now, I'm just going to go on being myself, doing what I do best, and that's enjoying life. Oh, you're getting rain now, Gene? Yeah, it would rain all day here today. Oh, Candy Cane took your grandbaby to vote. Took your baby grand. Oh, oh. Well, that's all right. That you know what? Life has its disappointments. Life has its disappointments. I was disappointed back in '63. Really, I was. I was disappointed because, well, it was between '63, yeah, and '64. There was a lot of people that during that time, civil rights movement was going on big and everything. And some of those people lost their lives through assassinations and different things that went on. And it was a time of turmoil when people were still trying to get their rights to vote and everything else. So yeah, yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. Bingo McDowell. That's what they say. CIA. Yeah, it was all kind of conspiracies going around about the guy and how did he get there and what was done. Uh, Even the same thing with Lee Harvey Oswald. There was a lot of things speculated when President Kennedy was shot. So I know, I know. Was I stayed mad? You know what? I stayed so mad about that for a long, long time. You know, and the only thing we can say is Hudson Davis. The only thing you're right. God bless America. Yeah, because we're going to need all the blessings we can get. So, with that being said, I'm going to run over here and get off of this, and I'm going to get on my music channel. You guys, if you know me, DJ William Carruthers. I wasn't afraid. That's why I'm not afraid to use my real name on here. I mean, what's in a name? I could have lied and came on as anything else. But when I first came up here on YouTube, I came as myself, and I will always be myself, no matter what. Yeah, Candy Cane. I understand. It did break your heart. And especially when grandchildren, our younger generation are disappointed in things that, they think should happen and it doesn't happen because of the way other people might think. That's what I'm saying. We can be disappointed in life, but don't let that disappointment get you down. Just like everything else, don't let it get you down. That song say, "Don't let the Joneses get you down." Just consider this the Jones family, and don't let them get you down. That's all. Oh, Bingham McDowell. Well, I'm not. I'm not really disappointed. I'm not really disappointed, but I do know. I do know that things are going to be different, and we should be diligent enough to pay attention. That's all. I'm not disappointed. I'm proud to be in a country to where we have a choice. But if you get it, if you really truly get it, uh, you may not have a choice sooner or later. Okay. Oh, well, bless her little heart. Bless her heart, honey. She cried herself to sleep. Well, that's okay. Just hold her and let her know everything will be all right in the morning. That's all. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. So I'm going to get over here, people, and not you too, Miguel. You almost cried too. Well, I'm trying to tell people there's no look, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Candy cane, I'm not disappointed. Well, yeah. You know what? That's what I'm saying. People don't think I'm disappointed about it. I'm not disappointed, but I do know that there are, like I said before, there are laws on the books. That's going to be very, very hard to change, especially when it comes to your well-being, your family well-being, and other people. We're not the only ones that should be afraid about anything. Really, we shouldn't. Uh, there are other countries that don't have the rights to do anything at all. We still have our rights. They can't be taken away unless you want them taken away. So, and I'm not suggesting civil war, no, the North against the South or East against the West. All I'm saying is that life is going to be okay. You survived this long, just think about it. Those people that, and I know there's quite a few of y'all on here that was born in the 80s, some in the 70s, you're still here, you're here. You've seen politics run through. And like I said, I've been here 74 years and I've seen a lot of politics. So am I disappointed? No, because that was the will of the people. Now you can, some people can say the election was stolen and all that stuff, but when it comes down to brass tacks, this is still a democracy. And long as we don't forget that, we will be okay. And don't be afraid to voice your opinion when something goes wrong in your community with your government. Well, everybody, Nala Gale. I would have loved to see a black woman for president, but I'm not going to say that I was ready for it. Okay. Now, when I'm ready for it, will be when God wants me to be ready, or he decides. I never thought I would see a black male president in my lifetime, but look what happened. And then look like how we did him. You see what I'm saying? We were all cheers and jeers at first, but then things turned around. You know, we turn on our own selves when we don't understand things. So I'm not turning on myself just because she didn't get elected, but I am going to keep hope alive that someday that there will be. Who knows? Within the next 4 years, like I said, who knows what's going to happen or how the world's going to be. Okay. Well, Candy Cane. Let me tell you, he may try to turn it into a dictatorship, but I guarantee you there's a whole lot, and I mean a whole lot of people that want to that will not let him do it, regardless of what he wants to try to get passed. There are some people, believe it or not, that are in his party. They're not going to stand for it. They're not going to stand for it. So we can sit up here and talk about the new thing, the what was that 2025 agenda and all that. That bullshit ain't going through, and it's not going through. And as far as him deporting everybody out of the country right away, we know that's not going to happen either. It takes time. Everything takes time. He might try to enforce it or get it done, but there are a lot of, and trust me, there are a lot of people in the agencies that work at the Border Patrol. They don't believe in doing people wrong just because they're different. You know, some of his Border Patrol agents are Mexicalis. So let's not forget, you know, uh, how can so many people vote for someone with such an awful history? If it was anyone else, it wouldn't fly. If it were any, well, let me tell you, dear, if anyone was wise, let me tell you why they voted for him. I think the reason was, and I staunchly believe this, This country is not ready for a female leader. Trust me. Men, and that goes for white men and black men, some of them don't believe that a woman can run anything but a household. So there were a lot of men that probably came out and voted against this woman. And I'm not afraid to say that. But the real thing is that what can I say? Tonight's been God's will. Either he's trying to make us stronger, or you're going to allow the devil to break us. And the devil has been breaking us for years and years. So it's time to be strong again. It's time, like I said, to keep hope alive. I'm keeping hope alive. I'm not going to say that I would go out and do anything crazy, but I, what I don't know. Things will be all right. Yes, sir. Uh, Gestora, let me tell you something. I don't consider that a loss. I don't consider nothing a loss. Okay. So you trumpets, which I know you're in here, and I'm not going to block you or anything. I'm going to let you sit up there and talk your ridiculistic shit. Okay. Thank you, Bingo. But like I said, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. Like I said, I've been too old. I've come too far to even let little bullshit like people like you come up here and say, take the loss and pack it up. Motherfucker, you pack me up. I tell you what, you come to Missouri and pack me up, motherfucker. I live in Missouri, okay? You come here and pack me up, goddamn it. So you sound just like one of them motherfuckers that will sneak up and try to do something to a person. You're not gonna face them face to face. So fuck you. Don't let the jackass stay up here. Shit, fuck them. You try to talk sensible. There's always some people in my life. Like I said, I went through the goddamn civil rights eras. I got thrown in jail. I got dog sick on me, and I'm still here. So I'm not taking a loss, and I'm not packing my bags or running any fucking where. I will meet a motherfucker like you on a battlefield, old as I am, and knock your ass out for trying to make me move out of this country. Yeah, you blocked the wrong one. Bingo shouldn't be blocked. Thank you, Gene. It's and you know what? It's that George Storama, or whatever that motherfucker's name is. If you guys want to block him, you can. It wasn't Bingo. Sorry, Bingo, about that. Sorry, Bingo. Thank you, Gene. But like I said, I'm not afraid to talk to any motherfucker on here about shit because I know there are trolls. And trolls are the type of people that want to come up and create havoc when you're trying to have a sensible conversation. That's all. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, Gene. Uh, but there's always going to be some assholes out there. And that goes to show you there's more assholes in this country than there are sensible people because that son of a bitch won tonight. Okay. I'll say it that way. Thank you. Thank you. But you know what? I'm going to get away from here. I'm going to go play me some goddamn music on my platform, my other platform, and I'll see you guys over there in the next 5 minutes. With that being said, thank you all for being up here right tonight. Mingo, thank you. I understand. It's not a loss. I'm not frustrated. I'm not disappointed. I'm just talking about things aren't as bad as they seem. All right. Peace to you too. Peace to you. See you guys over there later, Gene, in a second. Bye bye.